And good morning. It's Tuesday, March 29, 2016. Welcome to Delta Daybreak. I'm Candace Railwell. An Egypt Air passenger jet has been hijacked. I have the details, but first let's talk about the weather with meteorologist Riley Hale. What's going on there?
Temperatures this morning into the 40s, so right where they should be for this time of year. Just a little bit on the chilly side. That northeast wind's continuing to bring in slightly cooler air, but we are switching to an east wind today. So by the end of this afternoon, mid-70s for everyone across the area. Another beautiful spring day across the Delta. Now as we head towards tonight, we're going to start increasing our cloud cover, staying fairly overcast. That's going to keep us on the warm side, but by tomorrow, we will be bringing in showers, thunderstorms, and actually there is a severe threat tomorrow going into Thursday as well. Flash flooding concerns, hail, damaging winds, tornadoes, all that is a possibility as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday, so I'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thanks, Riley. So breaking overnight, an Egypt Air passenger jet has been hijacked and forced to land on the island of Cyprus, where the director at the airport where the plane took off tells the Associated Press several foreigners are on the flight, including some Americans. Well, Don Champion has the latest from New York.
Despite the frightening circumstances, freed passengers calmly walked off Egypt Air Flight 181 after it was hijacked overnight. Investigators say a man on the plane claimed he had a suicide belt, so the flight from the Egyptian coastal city of Alexandria to Cairo diverted to Cyprus. Security forces then surrounded the plane as negotiations started. Egypt Air reported those negotiations led to the release of all of the passengers except 4 foreigners and the flight crew. The hijacker has been identified as an Egyptian man. Juan Zarate is a CBS News senior national security consultant.
Certainly in Washington, you're going to have people scrambling to understand what this is about, what Americans may be at risk, and if this is part of some broader terrorist attack.
The hijacking comes 5 months after a Russian commercial jet was bombed in October over the Sinai Peninsula of Egypt, killing all 224 people on board. An affiliate group of ISIS later claimed responsibility. Don Champion, CBS News.
Well, there's new information about the Mississippi couple who attempted to join ISIS. 20-year-old Jaylen Young plans on pleading guilty to conspiring to provide material support to a terrorist organization. Court papers show she will plead guilty today in Aberdeen, Mississippi. Now, Young faces up to 20 years in prison, $250,000 in fines, and lifetime probation. Meanwhile, Muhammad Dakala is still waiting for sentencing after he pled guilty earlier this month to a similar charge. News in Greenville, a suspect accused of shooting someone is in jail on a $25,000 bond. Well, 67-year-old Nathaniel Stanford is charged with aggravated assault. Now, police say he allegedly shot a 36-year-old man in the upper torso. This all happened Saturday in the 1400 block of West Oley Circle. Now, preliminary investigation shows that the shooting happened after a heated argument. The victim was airlifted to the hospital. His condition is still unknown at this time. And the Bolivar County Sheriff's Department is on the hunt for an alleged gunman. With 34-year-old Dante Marks is facing an aggravated assault charge after he allegedly shot 2 people. The shooting happened Sunday evening on Cypress Street. The victims were identified as Cordarius Butler and Jamal Brown. They were both treated at the hospital. Marks is described as a 5'7" black male weighing around 150 pounds. If you have any information, call the Bolivar County Sheriff's Department or Crime Stoppers. A missing teenager is safe after being found. Now, according to the Washington County Sheriff's Department, 13-year-old Ariana Soto reportedly ran away from home Wednesday night. The teen is now being held at the juvenile detention facility. No further information is available at this time. Keeping our eye on the flood waters, President Barack Obama has declared a disaster in 3 Mississippi counties following flooding this month, where residents in the Bolivar, Coahoma, and Washington counties can apply for individual assistance. And this all includes grants for temporary housing and repairs worth up to $33,000, as well as low-cost loans and other aid. Now, additional counties could be added after damage assessments. To register, go to disasterassistance.gov or just go ahead and call the number shown there on your screen. And the Greenville Fire Department and the American Red Cross, they're working together to help flood victims. Well, you can find help at different service centers today, and this includes Station 5, and that's located at the corner of Alexander and Beauchamp. A team will also be available at Station 8, and that's going to be on South Main Street, and this all will be from noon until 6 p.m. this evening. In health news, a second case of Zika virus has been confirmed in Mississippi. Now, the case is in Noxubee County. Resident who recently traveled to Haiti. Reporter Quentin Smith has more.
The mosquito-borne virus, also known as the Zika virus, is in Mississippi. Now that the second confirmed case has been confirmed as a Noxubee County resident, it has caught some residents off guard.
I doubted it, because it's one of those things that you don't ever think you're probably going to hear.
Dr. Slater Lowry of Lowry Medical Center in Columbus diagnosed the teen with the virus. Slater says the patient had the obvious symptoms such as a rash, muscle aches, red eyes, and fatigue.
We posted the notification in the emergency room and also in all 3 of our clinics. And now that there has been a confirmed case affiliated with Noxubee County, we'll bring that back up to the top to heighten the awareness everywhere with the providers to know what to look for and what to anticipate.
Noxubee County General Hospital staff are monitoring this situation.
No, I think it's under control. I wouldn't panic over it.
Some members at Calvary Baptist Church in Macon are preparing for the church's annual mission trip.
We're going to Mexico this year.
Mexico is one of the countries that has been identified with the Zika virus. However, Pastor Bill Ross says he's given very little thought about catching the disease.
I've never felt threatened by any disease, hostile environment, nothing. We just believe God's going to take care of us.
Ross says precautionary measures have already been taken to try and keep everyone healthy.
We recommend all of our people have their local, go to the clinics and have their shots and everything so that their health is taken care of before they go, just so we're prepared.
Delta State University is hosting a conference to shine a light on race in the Mississippi Delta. I was there. Delta State University is hosting a free conference titled Winning the Race, Advancing Social Justice in Communities and Institutions. The 3rd annual conference is being held at the Bologna Performing Arts Center in Cleveland.
Well, we've got several topics that we're going to cover over the next 2 days, and many of those topics have to do with things that are happening within communities, but then some of those topics will also cover issues related to systemic problems, meaning things in education or in healthcare or in the prison system.
Tim Wise is one of the guest speakers. He's an activist and author of a book titled White Like Me.
When black lives really matter in this country and are taken to mean as much as white lives, then everybody will be safe. And not one day before that.
For some, it will be a shock. For some, it's a reminder. For some, it's a sense of support, a sense that we're here in order to be able to continue the tradition of thinking about the future, of bringing people together.
Delta State University says the goal of the conference is to engage both the campus and community in a tough dialogue that tackles race in the Mississippi Delta. In Cleveland, I'm Candace Redd, WXVT News. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was also held for the Amzie Moore Museum and Interpretive Center as part of the conference. And mayors across the Delta actually attended the conference at Delta State University to discuss racial healing. Well, WXVT's Denise Turner has more from Cleveland.
Mayors from across the Delta are taking a closer look at racial issues.
Our neighborhoods are segregated, our schools are still segregated, and we want to have those dialogues to get our people together to foster community building, but more important, to promote unity in our community.
Eric Simmons, the mayor of Greenville, says the event gives leaders an opportunity to problem solve together.
One of the practices in the city of Greenville is to Worship on the Water initiative, where we are bringing people from various faiths, various backgrounds, white, black, brown, together to worship together to promote unity and foster economic development.
Disparity of money, the money is not being flown throughout the county like it should. Therefore, we have struggled financially to support the town.
Now, Dottsville Mayor David Ruffin says he and the Sunflower County Board of Supervisors are turning things around.
Gain knowledge and rest to other people and how they're struggling with social justice or injustice, and how we can mend that gap.
What we would like people to do is get a part of the conversation, become a part of the conversation. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And so when we talk about race, when we talk about equity and inequities in our community, we want to come together to discuss those to make sure there's a level playing field for everyone.
And to keep the field leveled, they're discussing what works and learning from the past. In Cleveland, Denise Turner, WXVT, your Delta News.
Well, the conference will wrap up later on this evening. Now, today in history, on March 29th, back in 1945, basketball star Walt Clyde Frazier is born in Atlanta, Georgia, where Frazier was a point guard for the New York Knicks, and he set records for points scored, games played, and assists. Well, Frazier was the first athlete paid to endorse a sneaker, a suede style made by Puma. He also played in 7 NBA All-Star games, won 2 championships, and was elected to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 1987. How do you like that, Riley? I'm up here talking sports.
I know. How about that? And first shoe deal? That's pretty
Isn't
cool.
that interesting?
I didn't know that goes all the way back to the Walt Frazier days.
Would you wear suede Pumas?
That sounds pretty.
It sounds fresh.
Pretty legit. Yeah.
It's pretty cool, right? Okay, let's talk about this morning's Delta Chat question. So I know Riley and I have been discussing this, and we want to know: are you team Batman or Superman? This is a serious question, folks. This is real news here. It doesn't get any better than this. So leave a message on our Facebook page. Your comment will be read live on air. Thanks as always for participating, Riley. I actually had plans to go see the movie.
You said it's out now, right?
Oh my goodness, Riley, you're so funny. Yes, so I had plans to go see the movie. And when I got home, I totally just bummed out. I put on this huge t-shirt, just went straight to sleep. I don't know what's going on. I need more energy.
Yeah. I've never even, I don't think I've seen a Superman movie, honestly.
Riley!
Yeah. I've seen all the Batmans, but I don't think I've ever seen Superman.
Shame on you.
No.
You're not into Superman?
I've just never seen the movie.
Well, then you have to just go to be Team Batman then, by default.
Yeah, I'm Batman.
I'll be Team Superman. Is there a Superwoman?
Yeah.
Is there really?
I think so.
Are you into the comic books?
I was never much into like the Marvel comics or anything growing up. No.
Not at all?
Not really.
What about Pokemon? I know that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I'm just...
Now Pokemon...
With the Pokemon cards?
That was my deal.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What about, what was that cartoon? The Power Rangers.
I like the Power Rangers,
I'm
too.
the pink one for sure.
Yeah, see, I was more of a red guy.
With 2 Ds. Get it? All right, so it's time to talk weather. What's going on there?
So today is going to be another gorgeous day across the Delta, but we do have rougher weather heading our way by tomorrow, so we're going to start seeing an increase in that cloud cover by tonight. That's going to keep us on the warm side. Lows overnight only into the mid-50s, so not going to be quite as chilly out there. And then by tomorrow, we are expecting thunderstorms across the area, possibility of severe weather. Flash flooding is a concern as well, so I'll highlight all those details coming up after the break. We only have one viewer photo this morning.
Just one viewer photo?
But it is a good one.
It is quite beautiful.
Lamar Ashmore out of money. Great shot there. Thank you for that, Lamar. And then we also got a pic sent in by Lamar for the dog walk forecast coming up.
Ooh, very nice. I can't wait to see the pups.
Yep, we'll get to see the pups coming up in just a little bit.
What about the cat walk? People walk cats? I've seen a cat.
If you walk your cat, I want to see a picture of that.
On a leash?
Yeah. I'll include it, cat/dog walk forecast.
I am really laughing because the first time I saw someone walking their cat, it was back in Los Angeles. This cat was being treated, better than me.
That would be the one place I would imagine seeing a cat being walked.
It was dressed up. And it had a necklace. I promise you, I'm not making this up. People walk their cats and apparently dress them in jewelry.
Yeah, I guess whatever floats your boat.
All right, well, we'll be right back after the break with your top health news stories.